All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Technical Solutions Center, I guess we would call it. And we are basically having a live class on Microsoft Excel. And I have good friend of mine, Linda Lagarde, and she had a document she wanted to put in Excel. So we're going to go ahead and work on that now. Now, unfortunately, she doesn't have a mic and headset, so I couldn't add her to the stream, but I have her here on the phone. So we're going to go ahead and try to make this Excel spreadsheet. All right, Linda. So let's go ahead and start with uh, the first column that you want to make. I'm sorry, say again. No, they may be able to hear you. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that afterwards, but they can at least see what we're doing. Like the same thing what your view is right now is what they can see. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Now, so the first thing we want to do is just kind of make room because what you can see is that the um what we put oh what'd you hit? Oh, you zoomed in. You can see it's crossed over from cell A1 over into B1 as well. Typically we want to make that, one cell. So if you put the cursor in between A and B, you'll get this little icon here, right? You can drag it. Now I'm also show you a little trick. So if you don't, you can drag it. That's option number one. But if you just double click, it'll automatically size it for you. All right. So now under Lecture workbooks, what's going to go underneath? Or what are we putting under Lecture workbooks? Yeah, no, for right now, we just want the labels of what we're going to be putting, not the actual. Yeah. Well, no, we would be in because A2 is going to start our actual items. That's going to go under Lecture workbooks, but we want to, if you have any other labels, we want to put our labels first. So we would go to B1 and we put our next label. Or if it's an amount or something that you want to add or calculate, we're going to go ahead and put that. Uh-huh. Okay, so you don't by chance have that sheet saved, do you? Can you email me that sheet? That way I can see what you're seeing. I can kind of help guide you. All right, y'all. So she's sending us a file of what the actual file we're going to be working off of or from. So I should be getting that in a second. All right, and while we wait on that, we can go ahead. So what were you planning to put under lecture workbooks?
I was listing different books that I had to calculate.
Okay.
So they're all different books with different prices.
I don't know why that hasn't come through yet. That should be a small email.
There should be.
All right, I tell you what, while we wait on that, go ahead and type in, I guess, the first line or the first whatever you had on the paper, and then I can see and understand what you're trying to accomplish.
Well, okay, I was going to put the price of the book, select the book, okay? How many I wanted, the cost of them, and total that.
Okay, so let's start with the first thing. So how many? So we can put quantity.
Right, quantity. Oh. So I need to move like the workbook down to A2 so that I can put the title of the book that I'm listing, correct?
No, not necessarily, because you can just put the titles in. Now, if you want to put lecture workbooks titles, you could also do that.
No, like the workbook is the title.
Oh, that is a title. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and paste that particular section. So what we're going to select cell A1. You can notice that it's selected by the gray area, right? We have A in 1. So if we press Control X, you'll get the little marching ants. And then you come down to A2, press Control V as in Victor, and it will paste the item. So now we can come up here and put what you want to put.
Okay, all right.
So go ahead and type in what you want to put for this. If it was title, we can, just go ahead and put that. Okay. So we have our books, we have our quantity, and you want to put cost. Okay.
And then total.
All right. Now total, we're gonna put in a different spot, and I'm gonna show you why once we put a few of these in. Okay.
Before you do that, I have quantity times cost equals, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting 30 at the cost of whatever, and it equals to whatever, right?
Well, we still. So let's go ahead and do one to make sure I have you right. So we have quantity. Give me a quantity.
30.
Okay. Cost.
1638. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, no. So we do want total here. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. We do want total. So now is where we put in our function, right? Because we wanted to auto calculate that, right?
Correct.
All right. Now, whenever you want to move into a function, you start off with the equal sign.
Right.
All right. So we're going to select cell D2. We're going to put equals. Cell B2, right? Which is this cell right here. And look at that. I didn't realize you could do that. B2. Shift in the equal sign, which is plus. C2. And we can click there, and it's going to select that one. Now we could have just as easy typed that in, but you know, you have different ways of doing it, and there's no right and wrong. All right, so basically what we said equals B2 plus C2, and that should give us a total.
Correct.
Now something not right about that, so we're gonna have to check out.
So that's not right, definitely.
Right. Oh, because you know what? It's not plus, it's times.
That's correct. That's a star.
So the symbol for times, yeah, is star. And there we go.
That's correct.
All right. Now, the great thing is we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Whenever you have a sequence or something like this and you want to repeat it, if you notice there's this little point on the lower right hand corner of the rectangle,
Yeah.
I want you to go ahead, grab that little point, and I want you to drag it down. Nah, in D2.
D2?
D is in dog. Yeah, D2. So grab the little point in the lower right hand corner of the rectangle and pull it down. You'll notice the icon is going to change. Keep going. It's going to change into a black crosshair. There you go.
Pull it down?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And let it go.
Where that needs to go.
Now, instead of constantly having to type in that formula over and over again, you don't have to anymore because it's automatically going to update the formula. So now go ahead, put in your next workbook, quantity and cost, and watch what happens.
Okay. So I need to extend
Uh-huh.
A3 more.
Yep. So now you have to hit enter. You have to finish your cell. Okay. Now just put it on the line in between A and B. Right. Now, yeah, either drag or double click.
I double click. Okay. Oh, okay. So now go back to my quantity, right?
Yep. Go ahead, put your quantity in.
Adrian gets to the point where I don't need you anymore.
Look, just that fast, she done became a professional, huh? She throwing me to the curb, y'all.
I think I have this mind. The only thing that I'm gonna have to do when I get to the bottom is to
Do a final total.
Right. Right.
We can do a final total, but I'm also going to show you how to make it look pretty.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to go ahead and fill this out, then we'll go ahead and make it look pretty.
Okay. Well, I got a lot of them to put in. So if you want to make it look pretty, because I think I have this stuff.
Okay. Well, yeah. Go ahead and put in about 2 or 3 more, and we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. Uh-oh. Okay.
Is that supposed to be 2029?
Oh, 2020. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, just double click. Double click on the cell. That should allow you to edit it. There you go.
Okay. Can I just tab this, or do I have to keep moving to the cell?
Wait, say again.
If I tab, will it tab to E?
No.
Go back to A.
Tab will go right and enter will go down. What is that? 1, 2. Yeah, two more, and we should be good.
Okay. Double click at it.
I'm sorry. Say again.
To make this, hang that double click there.
No, well, you want to hit enter because you want to finish the cell, and then go ahead and space it out. There you go.
Such a wonderful teacher. I don't think I'm reaching much longer.
That's all right. That made me feel good. I mean, I did my job right.
Oh, Lord. Okay. You need more?
Okay, no. So from right there, now I'm gonna show you what it looks like. A good thing to do, and I'm gonna zoom out a little bit,
Okay.
is to go into the print preview because right now we can't tell where our page begins or ends, right?
Right.
Now there may be another way to do this. If anybody's watching this and can comment, you're welcome to tell me. But for the way I do it is I go to print. Now we're not actually going to print, but this is just to see the print preview, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, if we printed it right now, that's how it's going to look. That looks really bland.
It's really ugly.
Right? Okay. So, but now when we come back, you'll notice there's this little dotted line over here that was not there before.
Where?
It's between G and H.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right? That is our page preview line. So that's where our page break is. In other words, if you go over H, that's starting page 2.
Okay.
All right. And then the same thing at the bottom. See right here between 47 and 48, there's a page break.
I see it.
All right. So now we want to make this a little bit neater. So if I select cell A1, or actually I'm gonna let you do it. So I want you to left click and I want you to drag from A1 to D1. Select the cell. You selected the letter. There you go. Now the first one is always not going to be highlighted, so don't worry about that. All right. So the first, what we want to do is we want to put a line around it. So I'm gonna show you where this is. See this little square right here?
Yeah.
It says bottom border. We're gonna click the arrow next to it, and we're gonna go and give it an outside border. Matter of fact, we're gonna do all borders. All right. And if we come to file and preview now, or file and print, sorry. See how it looks? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that to our whole thing. So now you tell me, I'm not gonna tell you this time. What do we have to select now?
What do we have to select now? Here?
So if we wanted to do a border, if we select here and we did a border, it's gonna put a border around A2. But if we want to put a border around, say, this whole line, we would select the whole line. But what if you want to do the whole thing? Right, but not just there. So so you would have to select, we're going to start off with A2. Right, correct. We're going over to D2 because that's where our information stops, but we're also going to go down, right? Because you have more information to add.
Right.
And I'm going to stop where you have the last zero at, which is D12. Now, once we have everything selected, I'm going to go ahead and I don't have to click this again because we want all borders. So now I can just click the actual button. And now look what happened. So if we come to file print, look at it now. All right. Now we can take it a little bit further because some people have a hard time looking at, the lines and stuff like that. So let's say we want to kind of differentiate the lines. All right. So we're going to do every other line. Now there's two ways you can handle this. You can select the number 2, which is going to select the whole row. You see what happened when I clicked the number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you want to do every other line, you hold control and select that number. So go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead and do that.
Hold control and select the number.
Right. So you're going to hold control and you're going to left click on every other number from the number 2. Now, okay, you're actually clicking on the item, but if you're going to do it that way, you have to click each individual one. If you click on the actual number, it's going to select the whole row.
Oh, the number itself.
The number itself, correct. See how it selects the whole row? So you don't have to physically go in and click quantity cost for row 4 and quantity cost for row 6.
Okay.
All right, so what would be our next one? Yep, 8, 10, 12. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to add a little bit of color just to kind of break things up a little bit, make it easy to look at. So typically what I'll do is I'll add some gray. And what you'll see up here, there's a paint bucket tool. We're going to go ahead and click the arrow next to it, and we're going to select a real light gray that we can see. I think that one does pretty good. And there we go. So now if you come and look at it, that's how it'll actually print out.
Yeah, that looks a whole lot better.
Right? And then we can do things like, I know this is minor, but like you can come here for quantity and do center. Actually, we can do center for all of them. To make it look all nice and uniform. And the same thing with the title. We can go ahead and center the titles, make it nice and uniform. And then for the title, we'll go ahead and do something in we'll do it a gray, but we'll do it a different gray. Maybe make it a little bit darker. And there you go.
I like that. Okay.
So you think you got it, or you want to do a few more?
I think I have that part of it. And to do the whole total is just the sum, right?
Right. Well, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that because I'll show you how to move the total, and that way you could just move it when you're ready. All right. So we're gonna put it at the bottom. Now here's our page break. All I'm doing is I'm scrolling down with the mouse wheel, and I'm looking for our page break, which is right here between 47 and 48.
I have 13 objects to put in, and then my last line could be total.
Okay, so if you have 13 objects, then we need to go to, we lost 1, so we need to go to 14. So let's go ahead and do that.
That's correct.
So select, you got one more row that you need to gray. So how do you do that? Nice. Paint bucket tool at the top.
Repeat that.
All right, you're looking for the paint bucket tool at the top. It's already set to gray.
Okay.
No problem, no problem. Here, I'm gonna help you out. See this little area right here? Now, actually, we selected another gray, so remember we need to change it to match the other ones. So that's a little bit light. There you go.
Is that okay?
I think that's a different color gray. Let's see. Yep, that's a little bit light. So I think it's the second one. Yep, nope. Go up one. There you go. That's it. Now we got to set 14 again. So click. There you go. Not there. Go actually on the letter. There you go.
I need to change this way.
Uh-huh. So now go and click your color. Now you don't need to change it because we already set it. So just click the button now. Uh-huh. See, now click off of it and you'll see that it's gray. Now let me explain that to you because I know that might be a little bit confusing. You see up here where they have this paint bucket?
Yeah.
So you have the paint bucket icon, but then you also have a little downward pointing arrow next to it, right?
Right, that changed the color.
Right. If you click the little arrow next to it, it'll give you options, and that goes for every single one of these. See, if I go to any other one that has that, it's going to give me options.
Right.
So if you needed to change the color, you would come here. But since you had already selected the color on the other one, all you got to do is come and click the button now. Right. Okay, so now we have to make the border. So what do we select to create the border? So you want to border around A13. Uh-huh. So you're going to left click A13. Now you're going to go over to D what?
D13.
Correct. Go over to D13. Hold that left click. All right, now don't let it go because you also need to go down because we need 14 too, right? So you got to start over because you let it go.
All right, I did.
Just to 14. All right, good. Let it go. All right, now go to your borders at the top. It looks like a little window. Uh-huh, and just click that. And there you go. That's your borders.
Cool.
All right. Now you said 14 was going to be the last one. So do we need to make a 15 or can we put the total in 14?
You can put the total in 14.
Okay, so 14 will be a final total. So let's go ahead and type that in. Final total. Okay. Now we're going to ignore B and C, right?
That's correct.
So we're going to go to D14. I'm going to left click in D14. Now, the easiest way to do this. Now I'm going to do this part. We're going to bring that function down into 13 because you see it's blank for 13. We didn't go that far.
Okay.
So I'm just going to bring that down one. Okay, now we have a little issue in that it made it gray.
Right.
So all we do is come up here, change it to white,
Mhm.
and now we're good to go. But now if we want to make that function, how do we do that?
How do we make the function?
Uh-huh.
I
Do you
understand
remember?
the question.
Okay, so
I
whenever
know how to do the function. It would be
yeah, that's what I'm asking. So you start off with the equal sign. Equal sign.
Equal sign. A14 to plus B14.
Say that one more time.
A4. No. Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
A
Nope.
A6
Uh-uh.
plus
It's gonna be D2 through D13.
D2. Right. D2
Through
through
D13.
that. Oh, I'm looking at what I've already had, like the numbers already there, but I'll need to go all the way to 13. I got it. Okay.
Right.
So adding all of the D's.
Right. So we're gonna type this in. Go ahead and type this in. Equal sign, because equal sign always lets you know that you're starting a function.
Equal sign.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm doing D2.
D2. Now the through sign is the I want to say that's colon, the two periods, the double period. So you're gonna have to hit shift and it's the key right next to the letter L on the right hand side. Yep, that's it. And now you tell me, where is it gonna end?
D13.
Correct. D13. You got it. You don't need me. All right. Go ahead and hit enter. Yep.
All right, I think I got that. So all I need to do is send.
Now wait, we have a little. I don't know why it's showing us this. Your formula is returning multiple values, so we split them. No, we don't want that. Why are you doing that?
No, I think that.
No, I don't want to do that. I'm not sure why I did that, but look, we're gonna cheat a little bit.
Maybe that column should be a plus column.
You can also do it by clicking whenever it's in sequential numbers like this. You can come to the last line and hit auto sum. Okay, so they wanted the whole thing. Equals sum. Right. So we can just go ahead and hit enter. And all I did was see this little button up here that says auto sum. You just click that button and hit enter. Now, if you want, you can finish it. I don't mind. In case you have any other questions. Yeah, that's another thing. If you had multiple items that were similar, it'll try to do it for you.
That's fine. It helps me a lot.
Uh-huh. Now, I love Excel. Excel is awesome.
Okay, so now where do we do this again? That's quick.
I'm only gonna tell you if you need the help. See, you don't need me.
I'm gonna hold you up.
Nah, you're not holding me up. We're good.
You didn't pick that one up. I forgot. It's the director's name.
Yeah, that was weird. I would have thought it would have tried to put that on.
Yeah.
All right, now hopefully they don't get any longer because you got like one more cell. If it
No, I don't think it is any longer than
okay. Yeah, because what would happen if you cross that? See that dotted line? If you were to cross that threshold, it would go into 2 pages.
which one is it? I'm trying to see the dotted line. Is it this one?
It's between E and F.
Oh, this one. Okay, no, I know it won't be longer than that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go look for a USB extender cable for you so we can hook your mic and stuff up.
Okay.
Is Office Depot open? Do you know?
Yeah, probably went to Office Depot today.
Okay. I'm gonna take a trip over there probably tomorrow. If not, if I can't get over there this evening, I'll go tomorrow. We might get lucky and they might have a camera too.
Oh yeah, they might. Okay, my last one is 13. Oh, I think I need another cell.
You need another cell? Okay. No, perfect. Very easy problem to fix. Oh, you did comma instead of period. There you go.
Okay. All right. I need another cell here.
Okay. So you put the cursor on the number 14. right click, insert,
Enter.
insert.
Oh, insert. Where is insert? Here?
Uh-huh.
It's so shiny, I can hardly see it. Okay. I'm going to have to put my magnifying glasses on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a very high resolution monitor. My stuff is small.
I'm getting it pick up.
All right, now we have to fix some things because we added in after we created our formulas, right? So now we got to correct some things. So the first thing is to drag this down, right? So now we have our formula here. But now we also have to correct our final total because
Correct that total. That children's benefit.
okay,
If you're at 8,470.
let's see.
It should be 75 cents.
No, it's in right. Let's see. B13 times C13. Yeah, it's in right.
38.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm sorry. I miscalled that. That should have been C14. Oh, I'm sorry. B14 times C14. That's what it should have been. Is that right?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Okay.
It should be $75.08.
$18.77 times 50. That's gonna be way more than 70. That quantity or something got to be off. Because it's doing the quantity is 50, which is B14.
938. That's right. You're right. 938. 50. We had it right there.
Okay. All right. So now we got to update our final total to include the cell we just inserted, right?
Right.
So all I'm doing is double clicking. Actually, I'm gonna let you do it. Double click the cell with the final total. The cell actually with the numbers of the final total. There you go. Now we need to change D13 to add what?
We have to add D14.
Correct. So change D13 to D14. And there we go.
That's correct.
Now we have one more thing to correct, which is our colors, because our colors are a little bit off now. So we're going to select 14. All right. Now change your color to gray. It's on white right now. Yep, it was the second one. Now change 15 to white. Remember, you got to select the number. There you go. All right. So everything looks good?
Everything looks good.
All right, so let's go check out our print preview now. Wow, that looks so much better.
But
All right, so now what I'm going to do to get this to you, since we worked on it on my PC, is I am going to print it to Adobe PDF. Or do you want the Excel spreadsheet?
I like the Excel spreadsheet, but we could do both.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so go ahead and type in the name of what this is called.
Well, I already have it in. I can't see that, but it's called Grant Usage 2020 2021.
Okay, go ahead and type that in right now.
You want me to type it in?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now I'm gonna just save this to my desktop just to make it easier on us. And then I'll also save the Excel file. Save it to the desktop as well. Now type that name in one more time. All right. So we're going to go ahead and save that. So now we have saved the PDF and we've saved the Excel file. So now I'm going to email you a copy of both. To
Practice makes perfect. That's all I can say.
All right, and what we do is basically we just come attach it. So I'm gonna come to my desktop. I'm gonna find both of them. Here we go. I'm gonna select both, the Excel file and the PDF. As you can see, it attached it really quickly. And I'm gonna send them your way. Now you should be getting an email any minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Adrian.
Any luck?
I'm going to go home and
All right, so then yeah, now you should be able to just print those files and stuff out and do whatever you need to do with them.
Yes, sir.
Oh. All right, so that concludes our Excel class for today. I hope it was informative.
I'll check with you tomorrow and let you know how I make out. Thank you so much.
No problem, no problem. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
they got that item in, so I'm gonna send you that. You about to leave? We'll do that. We'll do it tomorrow. I'll send it to you, and we can do that tomorrow. It's not that big of urgency.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Talk to you later. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye. Okay. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was a live class on StreamYard, and I hope y'all have got to learn something from this. All right. Now she didn't have a microphone or a headset, to kind of talk into, and she don't have a webcam. We did, however, order her a headset mic and everything, so she has that, but I have to get a USB extender cable for her to use it, just because of the way her office is set up. So when I go to Office Depot tomorrow, I'm also going to look for a webcam. I know a lot of them have been sold out with everybody doing stuff like this. So I'm hoping that we can maybe scoop one up, and that way in future broadcasts she can be live, and also she does Zoom meetings, which we need to get one for anyway. So in the meanwhile, what we've been having her do is use her laptop because it has a microphone and everything built in. So just kind of a way around it. But if anybody's interested in having a class or something like this, it's me technology firm 504-383-3259. Talk to you guys later. Peace.